from a compact mirrorless 45MP 8K RAW camera to the fall of one of the biggest and most experienced, maybe not the biggest, but one of the most experienced camera makers in the industry. July saw a lot of news, announcements, rumors, and releases. So in today's video, we're going to be going through the highlights from the month of July. Welcome to What's in Focus. Hey guys, your boy Evan here again. Super excited to have you back in another video. Welcome to a new segment on the channel, What's in Focus. We're just going to be going through the highlights from the just concluded month. So the first headline is probably the biggest headline that hit our screens throughout the month of July, and that is from the powerhouse Canon, the Canon EOS R5 and Canon EOS R6. I try as much as possible not to do too much about talking about the specifications of this camera because they are like so many videos. Like if you just search R5 on YouTube or on Google, you will see multiple articles, multiple reviews, and based on the specification of these cameras. But I'm going to spend more time talking about the updates, but these cameras are fantastic. The Canon R5 is a 45MP camera that shoots 8K RAW and 4K in 120 frames per second. You get 2 SD card slots, and it also has in-body image stabilization, and that is just fantastic. As for the cons, most of the cons complained about was overheating and yeah, a little bit of a wobble when you're shooting in 8K. As for the overheating, there has been an update on the overheating. Looks like Canon saw the overheating coming and decided to make an RF mount that was going to act as a fan-driven cooling panel for the interior of the camera and the sensor, thereby removing all that excess heat. As for prices, the prices are just between $3,500 and $4,000 for the R5, and for the R6 you pay between $2,500 and probably up to $3,000. And apart from the RF mount adapter that Canon is bringing for this overheating thing, we've also heard, hasn't yet been confirmed, but we've also heard that Canon is delaying the second allocation of shipments of these cameras in order to do a little more about the overheating issue that a lot of users have already complained about. Most of the cameras we have seen have been sample products, but some of the early shipments have been released, and there is speculation that there might be callbacks, which would be a very big problem for the company. Either way, it seems that they're looking to do more about eliminating this issue. The second headline on our list today is IBIS for everybody. Canon is bringing IBIS to another of its camera bodies. We are not sure when this camera will be out, and this hasn't yet been completely confirmed. We've only heard this from some of the rumor sites and all that stuff, that Canon is planning to release a successor to the Canon M50. So we are hoping to see a Canon M50 Mark II. The Canon M50 itself was a fantastic camera, not perfect, but a fantastic camera for beginners and people who are just starting out. But now we have been told that we might be seeing a Canon M15 Mark II, and this one will have 4K UHD, full HD 1080p at 120 frames per second, and IBIS, in-body image stabilization. Yep, for an APS-C mirrorless camera, Canon is going all out. They are going completely all out with their new cameras. We've also been told that they are releasing new RF adapters. Yes, if you're not sure what that means, Canon has released 2 RF adapters in the past that will allow you use your EF mount lenses for your RF mount cameras. Now, the new RF mount cameras allow you to use your cinema glass for your RF mount cameras. That is just mind-blowing. Completely mind-blowing. So we can see that Canon is doing a lot. We also hear that one of these RF adapters will be a speed booster. So yes, Canon is going all out for the year 2020. Yep. As for the M50 Mark II that I mentioned earlier, the release date has been set to be somewhere between 2020 and 2021. The announcement of the camera is surely going to come before 2020 runs out, but release might run into 2021, considering how the R5 and R6 are going at the moment. But we aren't sure at all how much the camera will cost and the exact date that it will come out. The headline 3 is something slightly sad. Well, let's say it's actually very sad, because Olympus has fallen. Olympus, one of the most experienced camera makers in the industry, they have been here for over 40 years, have announced in June that they plan to sell their camera division, and in July we got confirmation that they were selling to the Japan Industrial Partners. These are the guys that bought Reivew, the laptop division from Sony. So they will be selling their camera division to this company, and that's very sad news for the industry. There have been some possible causes. In fact, Olympus themselves came out to say that they have been struggling with the evolution of smartphones, and this is true. I always say to my channel that smartphones have evolved a lot, and they might be giving very serious competition for the camera industry itself. They have complained about how the evolution of the smartphone industry has affected them as a business, and also not being able to keep up with the competition in the industry. Earlier we just spoke about what Canon was doing with the Canon R5 and R6, and we can see that there's a lot of competition in the industry. There are a lot of people trying to claim top spot in the industry, and Olympus couldn't just keep up with that. According to reports by Nikkei Asian Reviews, they have said that it could get worse for the industry as a whole, and not just the brand Olympus, because there is too much competition in the industry. They were seeing very cheap products, and that will probably make the lower companies, the lower end companies, not be able to keep up, and they might fold. If you want to see a link to that article, I'll leave it in the description below so you can click. But be warned that that article actually predicts a very sad future for the camera industry. So if you don't want to see something that might make you lose faith in the industry, you should not read that article. But I'll leave the link in the description below so you can see what they are saying about the camera industry as a whole, and how the competition might sink the whole industry in Japan. Headline 4. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and turn on post notification, you've watched this video up to now and you still haven't subscribed. Why are you doing like this? Why are you doing like this? So please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can get more updates on most of these headlines that I have stated earlier in the video. Let's move to the next headline. Headline 5. The Sony response. Canon came up with the EOS R5 and EOS R6, and it was like Canon was going to dominate the rest of the year, and then Sony just hits back with the Sony a7S III. This camera is fantastic. There is no other way to spell fantastic if you're not going to say Sony a7S III. Now, while this camera will not give you 8K RAW and 45 MP sensor, this camera has a 12 MP BSI CMOS sensor, ISO of 80 to 102,400. You also get 4K video at 120 frames per second, a 16-bit raw video recording, and 10-bit 422 internal capture. Now, hold on. Full articulated LCD. I'm not done. Wait, I'm not done. 5-axis in-body image stabilization. Now, this is probably the biggest selling point of the camera. This camera has almost no overheating. I said almost because I think it's too early to conclude on the overheating, but most of the tests that have gone into the camera have said that I've used it for up to 1 hour and then they didn't get any overheating. So we are hopeful for this camera. We are very hopeful for it. It's a fantastic thing. Sony have literally broken the bar when it comes to compact cameras. As for the price, there has been no official statement from Sony or from anybody in particular about the price, but we know that it will range between $3,000 and $3,500, just like the R5 of Canon. The big question in all this is that where does this leave Nikon? We have seen a lot from Sony, we have seen a fold from Olympus, and we have seen pretty big stuff from Canon now and in the future. So we are wondering where Nikon stands in all this, and I'll be doing a video on that very soon. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will have that linked here. Am I pointing at the right place? Yeah, I got used to this thing. So I'll have that linked here. I'll also leave a link in the description, and then there's a button right there. Like, if you look down, just right there, you see a button. Click the red button, click the bell, so you get notified every time a new video drops, and so that you can get, you stay updated on most of this stuff that I have talked about in today's video. So that Nikon video will be coming very soon, so watch out for it. That's all for today's video. That's all the headlines we can take, and that's a summary of all the things we saw from the camera industry in July. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash a like on this video, subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment on what you think about all that has happened so far in the camera industry. I want to hear what you think about the evolution of smartphones and how it is affecting the camera industry. Thanks a million for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.